What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Keep Gaming Podcast. This is episode 18. I'm your host, Lan Mind, and I'm joined with the one and only Miyamo CG. What's going on, brother?
Yo, let's get to this money, baby. Woo!
And as you can see, we don't have our third amigo here. He is okay. Everything is fine. I know
He's
throughout
not okay, chat. No, let me stop.
throughout the week, Mr. Johnny BoomBotz has been very busy streaming, dressing up, doing what he does. But unfortunately, he's not here with us today. And like I said, everything's good. He had other things to do. We are normal. We are human. So shout out to Johnny. And I want to thank you all for being here. We are live on Twitch. We are live every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to catch us live, just come to the Twitch channel, type in Keep Gaming Podcast. Make sure you follow so that way you get notified whenever we go live. And if you don't have the time to watch us live, you can watch us on YouTube. We post a new episode every Monday. And if you don't have time to watch us, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Just type in Keep Gaming Podcast. So what's going on, Chris? How you doing? How was your week, brother?
Long week. You know what I'm saying? We had every day was like 105 out here.
Word?
And as you know, I work outside, so it's been a grueling day.
Oh,
man. Week. And my last day of the week, I was jackhammering some holes. So my body is in shambles right now. I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? But we good though.
Now I know you're a part-time streamer. You don't stream during the week, but you have been grinding from what you've been telling me. You've been grinding it out on State of Decay. How's that been going for you?
Dude, I've gotten so far in that game. I made my entire crew. They're ganged out. We all have the same outfit on.
Oh wait, so you make like a group?
So literally, if you guys don't know what State of Decay 2 is, it's my favorite zombie survival game. Okay. They dropped the ball on some things. We could talk about it after the show.
Yes, we do have a
which I want to get into it.
Yeah, we do have a post show if you want. Stay after the show.
State of Decay, you it's pretty much like Walking Dead in a video game form. You get a crew, you find survivors, and you build up a base, a home, and get your crew. You can get gas, ammo, all that. It's so fun. I love it.
Dope. I want to give a shout out to Tyler. He did subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Tyler, for the subscription. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Keep Gaming Podcast.
Tyler,
thank you for the love and the support as always. And like Tyler Harris, you can be here too and join us. We're gonna talk about the top topics of the week in the gaming and pop culture news. There's a lot of things to cover, and I want to get right into it. Before we do so, Chris, do you have anything else that you want to plug in? I know that you stream on the weekends. Are you streaming anything today?
I'm streaming tonight. Not sure what I'm gonna stream yet.
Okay.
I have some new games that I downloaded that I want to play.
Nice.
But I also still have to finish Dead Space. So I am gonna be streaming tonight, and then tomorrow I might hit you guys with a little double header.
Oh. Little
afternoon stream.
Wow.
And a little afternoon delight and some late night vibes, baby.
Okay. So first topic of today, we're going to be talking about PlayStation 5 selling 10 million units. It's their fastest selling console to 10 million units ever. And this is a big deal, I think, for Sony and for the gaming community. But what's interesting is that there's 10 million units sold, but not everybody has one. Chris, what are your thoughts on this?
I am unfortunately part of that percentage that does not have one.
Now, if you had an opportunity, though, will you actually buy one? Because you are PC.
Would I buy one? Yes, I would. I would. Obviously, I have other responsibilities, which is why I haven't really been looking into it. It's just like whatever. But congratulations. You know, yes. I come at Sony a lot.
All the time.
Do. But congratulations to Sony and the PlayStation brand for selling 10 million. I can't even speak right now. And for recognizing the issues at hand. The article that we have here also, it tells us that the entertainment boss, Jim Ryan, has acknowledged that there aren't enough consoles available. So at least they recognize that there's an issue.
They're aware.
You know what I'm saying? They're aware of it. I think it's great. Obviously, I think a decent amount of this comes from scalpers and bots that buy the stuff before everybody else has a chance to get it, and they're trying to resell it for like thousands and thousands of dollars, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But hey, It's 10 million is 10 million. That's not a small feat, man.
And think about it, right? You have 10 million units, consoles at $600 or $500 is a lot of money. And Sony, they have always crushed those sales numbers, but I think it's very impressive now because of the pandemic, right? Where people are out of work, and there are some people that don't have these funds to go out and buy one. But then you have those people like the bots, like you're saying, the scalpers that will buy them at a boatload and then sell them for $1,000, $2,000, and people are out there buying them. I actually know a streamer that bought two of them at $1,000 each, one at StockX.com, and I believe somewhere else, maybe both of them were at StockX. But this guy is so dope. He actually gifted one of them that he bought to a coworker of his.
Wow,
so dope. He didn't even ask for anything.
That's crazy. See, to me, it was not worth it to spend that much on it yet, because
I don't think it's worth it to spend at all.
Right, like there's not that much exclusives at the moment. So like I feel like they're giving us some time to kind of just get it, and then stuff, by the time we get it, hey, there's gonna be a bunch of games that we can go back and play. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah, I feel that also too. This is a big deal because although they have sold 10 million units, you have the scalpers and the bots. I feel that in due time, I even think like Johnny. So for those that don't know, Johnny BoomBotz is a streamer. He's part of the Keep Game Podcast family. He doesn't.
He's
have a
also
PS5.
fired. No, I'm messing with you guys. He's busy. He's busy. He's not here today.
Yo, I'm just don't know. He's fired. That's why you don't see him here. No, again, Johnny's not here. He had plans, so he's not fired. He's not fired. But he actually, I purchased a Xbox Series X for my son, and I didn't get it through a scalper. I didn't overpay for it. I actually got it through GameStop, and nice. I was grinding it out like nonstop for an entire month, and I actually got my hands on one for my son. So I said, John, stop being lazy. Just go out there and get one. Oh, I don't want to do it. So I said, you know what? Give me the money, and I'll get it for you. And he actually did. He sent me the $550, and now I'm gonna go have fun. No, but nice. He sent to me, and I'm gonna work hard to get it for him. I only saw it available yesterday morning, but I was sleeping. It was like at 8 o'clock in the morning. But other than that, it's
right. There's a way to because I think both consoles are in a shortage, so it's hard to find either one. But if you really want one, you'll find one. You can find it.
Sorry. My fault.
No, you good. You good.
Okay. Yeah. So I was looking all day yesterday and today, but yeah, definitely I promise within a month's time. I even told Johnny I'm gonna get one for him. I'm gonna be so happy that I'm able to get it for him, even though it's not my money, but he's trusting me with his funds to get it for him. And
right.
There are a lot of people out there that are really. They are interested in this console because, yes, it's next gen. I know I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I had to get it when it first came out. And shout outs to Fresco because he put me on when it got released on Target. And I was able to get one. I was so happy. I know he got one. A couple of our friends got one. And I've always gotten them day one. Every console since I was able to afford it. Going back to the PS3, I was probably 18 years old or 19 years old when I purchased mine. Wow. And every console, I got it day one. And I couldn't let this one slide. I had to. I didn't think it was going to be like this. There's always been scalpers. There will always be scalpers. The difference is now there's a new game of the bots. Now, Chris and I talked about this before. There are bots everywhere for everything. Even look at the graphics cards. They will go in with the graphics cards. They go in the sneaker game. You be lucky if you could get some sneaker that drops. So these bots are taking over. And I know these websites are trying their hardest to get around that, where you got to do more verifications to purchase them. Shout outs to them, but it's really hard out there for a pimp to get a PS5.
You know what it is too? I think it's because the more things go digital, the more this is going to happen, right? So before, when a game or when a console would get released, we'd have to physically go and wait in a line at the store.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So not only does this make have people buy more consoles, it makes it harder to actually get the console yourself.
Absolutely.
For both.
Yeah.
Because even though like we mentioned, the PS5 sold 10 million. Xbox outsold their last one by a million as well.
What was it total?
5.2 million Xbox Series.
So that's a total of the Xbox Series X and Series S.
Both. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, both. And I think that number's low is because Xbox don't have any exclusives right now. Like everybody's waiting for the Halo Infinite.
Right, right.
There's not like
that,
a big game.
Not only that, Xbox hasn't been around as long. Like PlayStation has been around from when we were kids.
Well,
like
yeah, in the
Xbox-
90s. Xbox came out in the 2000s.
Right. So think about that. You have 10 more years of experience of nostalgia, which is why a lot of people are bigger PlayStation fanboys, because that's what they grew up with. I grew up with PlayStation as well. I personally like both consoles. I think they're both good. If I had the money, I get every single one of them. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. I totally agree. I think also, too, when you think of the exclusives, PlayStation came out swinging with their exclusives, where you look at the Miles Morales, you look at Ratchet and Clank, Returnal. Those are just to name a couple, and they're going to be dropping more down the line. And I think that's more intriguing to the consumer who's looking for the next gen console, and they're thinking, should I get an Xbox? Like if they don't have a dog in the fight, right? They're like, what next gen console should I get? You're probably gonna lean towards the PS5 because of the exclusives that they have from day one, where Xbox don't have that just yet. And
like Halo was supposed to be that, and
yes,
it got
Halo,
delayed after delay after delay. So
yeah,
it makes sense. It does make sense.
The pandemic made it hard, like you were saying earlier too. Just to reiterate, where back in the day you had to wait on a line. I know I never waited on a line. I always pre-ordered. Like whenever it said pre-order now, I dropped the full amount, like hit all my money. I want to walk in, give it to me, and left. So I remember the PS4 when it was a midnight release. I was telling my girl at the time, I was like, yo, I'm walking in there and I'm walking out. She's like, you sure you don't want me to come? I was like, no, I already pre-ordered. She's like, maybe somebody
you just gotta go pick it up, right?
Yeah, and stand out. I went to Best Buy. I walked in, showed them my receipt. I walked out. Everybody looking at me on the line like, damn, like yeah, I should have pre-ordered, bro.
Right,
you couldn't do that this time around, bro. You couldn't, and they were because of the pandemic and the virus, you couldn't just walk into a store and get them. Everything changed. So yes, obviously being digital was a lot harder.
I also want to say that this is huge to me because I feel like there's also been a spike in PC players. A lot of people have been buying PCs.
Yeah,
which I think affects Microsoft more because most PCs have Microsoft and Xbox stuff on their platform. Like I have the whole Xbox Game Pass on my PC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of the games that come out on the Game Pass or for Xbox automatically go to my PC as well.
Awesome,
like I have them available. A lot of PS5 stuff doesn't. So the fact that both of these are selling in the time that I feel like everybody's kind of switching over to PC and streaming and stuff like that, it's wild. So congratulations to everybody. Gaming is becoming a mainstream thing now, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's another topic.
Who would have thought it?
Yeah, right? Like you're starting to see them all over the news. You're seeing it on ESPN. Esports is getting bigger by the years. And gaming is just a form that I don't think mainstream was ready for, because we can go all the way back to the 80s. Gaming arcades, that's always been like revolutionary. Right. But now it's to a point where it's everywhere. And it's now going to be the next source of entertainment. You see the streaming community, right? Like Twitch is getting big, Facebook, YouTube. People watch other people play games. It was never a thing. In the past, you would go to the arcade and you watch someone play. But now it's a source of entertainment. It's like me watching a basketball game. I will watch someone play games. It's the same shit.
Right.
It's the same thing. It is a beautiful thing. And we are streamers, so we know what it is. And we watch streamers, so we enjoy this. So staying on the topic of Sony, it's out there that the new for Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, may be delayed until 2022. It was supposed to be released this year, and I didn't believe it for a moment. Even when they dropped the gameplay, I was like, I just don't see this being this 2021 game coming out this year. Is that a bad thing for PlayStation? Not really. I think PlayStation is going to sell regardless.
Right.
But I think everyone's learned from the Cyberpunk 2077. Don't rush it if it's not ready.
Exactly.
And I don't even think God of War Ragnarok is going to be ready in 2022. It's probably going to come out 2023. So if you got to take time to polish this game, make it better than what we've already seen from the gameplay trailer, go ahead and do it. I don't think you should rush these games. Chris, what are your thoughts on this?
So like even from the gameplay that we saw, it looked great. It looks like a great game already. So if you have to delay it a couple more extra months to just patch some things up, fix some things, because it looks graphic wise beautiful.
Yeah.
Like watching the gameplay, it seamlessly went from what looked like a cinematic piece straight
Yeah.
into the gameplay.
Yeah,
With
and
like
that's what I
no
loved.
with no delay.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
just like, wait, hold on. That it looks like that? No, because usually, you get the little cinematic stuff and then
Yeah.
it switches to the gameplay and it looks a little different.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
one, it would switch right from the cinematic into, oh, you're moving now. I gotta go type of stuff, So it's better. I feel like it's way better to have a delay and release the game fully, especially a game like that.
Yeah.
Where it seems like it's gonna be real story heavy, driven, and open world type of stuff. You want to get it right, especially after Cyberpunk. You want to get it right.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't want to make a Cyberpunk 2077 remake mistake
No.
at all. You don't want to go through the refunds and all that thing. Like, you don't want to go through that. And I think Sony and Gorilla, this is what they intended. They wanted
Right.
it to be out now, but because of the pandemic, it's put a strain on all gaming platforms and all developers. Nothing has really come out on time, And speaking of the graphic thing that Chris was talking about, look at Ratchet and Clank. That's a beautiful game. I platinumed it, and from the cinematic to the gameplay, there's no hiccups. It goes straight into it, and it's not as graphical looking as Horizon Forbidden West, but man, it looked amazing. And also, The Last of Us Part 2 did the same thing. A lot of their cinematics, it blended so well. You're like, wow, that looks great. So these developers, they're doing great, and that's what I believe the next gen is supposed to be. It's supposed to feel that way, where you feel like you're playing in the cinematic game. Like, I remember back in the day, Tomb Raider, where they would show cinematic trailers, and I'm like, yo, that looks good. And then when I get the game,
and then her titties are triangles.
Yeah. Like, no, we've passed that era. We passed that, and that's why I'm excited for this, man. I want them to do right by this. So go ahead and work on what you have to work on.
Not only that, I think it shows. I think it shows that the studios care about the product that they're putting out. They're not just doing it for a money grab. I feel like the first game of this series, I never played it, but it looked like it was great.
Yeah.
And I think they made a lot of fans of the game from that first one. So they don't want to let those people down. It's the same thing with Halo being delayed over and over again. It's like, yo, guys, we know you've been here forever. It's a different studio now. We're trying to bring it back to its essence. Let them take their time. I get people are upset and they're impatient, but yo, have some fun when it comes out, because they're trying to get it right for us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I would say I never played any Halo story. I always played the multiplayer. Multiplayer Halo for me was always amazing. I loved it. And they just released Halo Infinite beta. I don't think if is it an open beta or is it private?
I'm not 100% sure. I gotta look into it.
But I saw streamers playing it. That I know. And it looked great. And I said, I have an Xbox. It's in my son's room. But that's coming out of his room when that drops, because I'm playing that Halo Infinite multiplayer. I don't care for the story, but they don't even have a release date. Now, I'm not an Xbox fan, but am I nervous for Xbox fans and PC fans that don't have a release date? Not really. I feel that they're working towards it. You see the progression. You see now with the beta, it's there. Will it be dropping this fall? I don't know. They haven't put a release date. But even if it comes out in January or February, we're almost there. We're almost there. It's not another year.
It's right around the corner.
Almost there. Yeah. So just be patient and delays are great. I don't think they're bad. Yes, obviously you're like, oh, I wanted to play this game so bad. It's the same thing with movies. Look how long we waited for Black Widow. It's the same thing, and I feel delays are good. Even though like with the movie is different because they already finished it. It was only delayed because of the pandemic. But I think for gaming, that was probably a bad analogy, but gaming, they're delaying it because they're trying to make it better. The movies, they delayed it only because of what's been going on with the pandemic. So not the same thing. So I take that back. I feel like Johnny right now. But I want to get into the next topic. And since we talked about Black Widow, Disney is being sued by Scarlett Johansson
Mm.
for Black Widow coming out on their Disney Plus streaming service. Chris, this is a very interesting deal. What are your thoughts, man?
Give that woman her money. Run it up. Cut the check, as Anthony Mackie would say. Run her money, bro.
Yeah. What's interesting about this, right? And I know that there are some people in the industry that are not really talking too much about it. I think they're afraid of Mickey Mouse cutting the hand that feeds them. Like,
right.
And I think everyone will agree, every actor, if they came out and they stood next to her and said, we are in agreement of her deal, because originally her deal was only for the theatrical release. Remember, right. Originally Disney was not going to put this out on the streaming service. We all asked for like, yo, just put it out.
Right.
But her contract stated it was only going to be theatrical release, and her people, lawyers, reached out to Disney and say, hey, listen, we know you're going to put on your Disney Plus app. We would like to renegotiate a deal. They didn't respond to them, and they put the movie out. I don't know the amount from what articles I've seen, it looks about $50 million that she could have gained
Missing
more.
Out on, yep.
And she lost out. That's a big chunk of money. Now, some people are like, oh, these actors are already wealthy, they're making enough money. But imagine someone, they're paying you for the movie only for theaters, and then they're gonna keep all the money they make for the same movie they put in theaters on their app. I think that's messed up. And even Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, is disgusted and embarrassed of how Disney has handled this.
I think my least favorite part of this is Disney's response with the whole trying to make it. I couldn't find the article.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
They were trying to make it seem like she's the bad person in this. Like, oh, guys, she's not being considerate of the pandemic. She already made 20 mil from the ticket sales. Excuse me. So you're Disney. I love Disney Plus. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I love Disney Plus too.
But they're the only, like HBO Max. They're putting out the movies, but they already signed the contract and dealt with their stuff separately, right? So they're releasing it on HBO Max for the free. Disney Plus is the only app that's charging you an extra fee to watch the movies that they put out on their app.
Yeah,
which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'll pay the extra $30. I don't care. But that's not fair to the actors who have a contract with you saying, hey, I get a percentage of the sales. So if that's the case, hello, you got I don't know how many million paying $30 extra on their Disney Plus app, but pay that woman her percentages, bro. Run her that money.
Yeah, and this movie drew more people to the app because they've been dying to see this film.
Right, they knew it connected with stuff.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, I have to see this, so I'm gonna sign up.
Not only that, we have a bunch of new MCU fans.
Yeah,
from the TV shows. Yeah, the TV shows became such a popular thing. They were all over the place, especially WandaVision, that brought a bunch of people into the Disney Plus app that are now subscribers, even though it's only like $7 a month, whatever. But they're paying for that and now they went back and watched all the other movies, and they're like, wait, new movie, Black Widow is connected. Guess what? I'll run you your 30.
Yeah.
What's up?
And this is the quote from Disney. Disney responds to Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit. And I quote, "The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous, I'm pronouncing that right, and disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic." Pretty much what Chris said. Continue the quote. "The release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she was received to date." End quote from Disney.
Yeah. They're just being scummy.
Yeah.
They're being scummy. They found a little loophole.
Yeah.
I'm being like, well, your contract didn't say anything about the app. It only said anything about ticket sales. So
they didn't anticipate it was going to be on the app, you loser.
Right. Nobody knew a pandemic was coming. It popped up and it messed up the entire timeline for everything.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, absolutely. And now Emma Stone is considering suing Disney Plus, or Disney rather,
As she should. That's my
for
baby.
Cruella. And I think anyone,
I love Emma Stone.
but her coming out saying that she's considering it, I think the other movies that are going to be released are going to really enforce other actors to say, yo, I want my money too. Where's my cut? So I think Disney eventually, maybe or maybe not, who knows, they may say, you know what, now we're going to have to renegotiate these deals and pay them a little bit of a percentage based on what we make, because it's not fair. It's not, you're making this extra money. And there's rumor that now that Jungle Cruise just got released, which I saw, which I'll tell you guys in the post show my thoughts. Emily Blunt is rumored to even consider suing them as well. So this may be a trend where a lot of these movies are going to be coming out on Disney Plus. It may even happen with when Spider-Man drops, which we still haven't received the trailer, and you know, Tom Holland may consider it because he's not really an employee of Disney. He's really from
that
Sony.
Wouldn't come out on Disney Plus.
You don't think so?
I don't think that would come out.
So they have to do a deal with Sony, right? Like Sony.
I think Sony already said that that's going to be theater only.
Theater only. Okay.
I think they said it already.
Well,
so it's not going to come on Disney Plus.
It may, you know, and I don't know. But
and
I'm
here's
saying
the thing too,
this is a big
especially
deal
because everything's kind of opening back up right now as well. It's like, yo, just make everything theater only, or figure out a way to negotiate the contract. And give them a percentage of the Disney Plus stuff as well. It's only right. It's only fair. Stop being scummy and run these people their money. That's a bar. Stop playing with me. Especially Emma Stone, because that's my baby. I'll eat her butt. Stop playing.
What? That's supposed to happen in the post show. Oh my God, Chris. So I got nothing else to say. But we're going to go into our last topic, which is the WTF, the what the fuck moment of the week. And if you don't know who Ninja is, this global icon in the streaming world, right? I mean, the man has made millions. He made almost, I think, 30 million with Mixer before Mixer went bye-bye. And he got that whole check, went back to Twitch, and has made money. You already know. He even has his own character in Fortnite, bro. The guy is huge. Yep. But as of late, the man has lost over 50% of his viewership. What the fuck is going on, Chris? What are your thoughts on that?
So here's the thing. Yes, his numbers have declined. I think because Fortnite, the game itself, has declined, and that was his breadwinner when he first started. But let's keep it a buck here, okay? If it wasn't for Ninja, a lot of us wouldn't be on Twitch. A lot of us wouldn't be watching other people play video games. A lot of us wouldn't be streaming. A lot of us wouldn't be doing anything, okay? Ninja, for casual people, is the only people, like when you tell somebody, oh, what do you do for fun? Oh, I stream. Oh, like Ninja? Like Ninja? He's like the LeBron James of streaming. Granted, I'm not a huge fan of the guy. Neither I was at first. But even in his decline, I know it's a decline for him, but he's still averaging 12,000 viewers. Imagine averaging 12,000 viewers in 6 months. And he got paid in full from Mixer, even though Mixer got terminated because of some stuff behind the scenes that they ruined. So he got his 30 mil. And even before that, when he was just strictly on Twitch, he was making millions already. So he's already made his money, where he's pretty much set for life and he's chilling. Let that man live. He looks a little crazy on his Instagram post, but let him live.
He looks sick,
okay? You know what I'm saying? He does look a little sick, but hey, if he's playing a game that makes him happy and he still averages 12K viewers, hey, we can only wish we had that. Feel me? Imagine we had 12K people watching right now. One day.
I think
one day, chat. We got to keep going. Feel me? Keep grinding and shit.
I think there's two things to this, right? Where, yes, the numbers dropped. Considering that he was that streamer that at one point had over 250,000 people viewing him, bro. He was so popular that
he had football stadiums watching him.
Yo, exactly, bro. That's what it was. And I think I think we could all agree with this. his numbers started to peak or jump after he was playing with Drake and everybody.
Yes.
And then he got so much more popular, right? Drake makes everyone popular. He could make a bad song
Right.
good. We've seen it
Like,
over and over.
that's the thing. Before that stream with Drake, he was
Yeah.
around the same that he's getting now.
Yeah, I was just gonna get to that. I was just gonna get to that.
Crazy.
And then he just blew up, right? And then he made his money. He made his money from endorsements and all these other deals. So now the numbers have declined. He hasn't been playing his breadwinner in Fortnite. He's now been playing Final Fantasy 10 or 11, and they're not watching anymore. But they're not watching what we are accustomed to seeing him watch, right? But he's still averaging 12K numbers. That's still a big deal, you know?
It's a big deal.
And I think also what Chris was saying, I agree with. I think he's just playing what he likes. He's just enjoying himself. I think to the point now more than ever, he made his money. And he's just having fun. Now, are we gonna downplay the numbers? No, but I mean, obviously the numbers are a big deal from a standpoint of a viewer. Now, me personally, I don't watch him. I know you mentioned you don't watch him either. I've watched some streams and I'm like, it's not entertaining enough for me. I don't find him entertaining. Like, I'm a big Warzone watcher. I love watching Tim the Tatman. I think he's hilarious. I watch Nick Merckx. I think he's hilarious. There's a lot of other Warzone big guys that I watch.
Right.
But I can't watch him. And
he always seems unhappy. That is very true. And I think I know why, right? Okay. So you got to think about the amount of pressure that was put on this guy, right? Because before Fortnite, he was big in the Battle Royale scene anyways with the H1N1 and the PUBG stuff because that's what he used to play. And he was always like super toxic, cursing people out, doing all this extra stuff. And then when he blew up on Fortnite with Drake, he had to go to family friendly. Granted, he's no longer family friendly, but him being family friendly is kind of what brought him there.
Yeah.
With numbers and stuff like that, because now kids are watching, even though they're not paying, you're still getting ad money off of them.
Yeah.
You're still getting sponsorships off of them. Now you're getting a bunch of followers on Instagram and Twitter and all this other stuff from the kids.
Yeah.
So
get
because
invited
of that,
to All-Star Weekend, all that shit.
Right.
The hell?
The most cringeworthy thing was the New Year's thing. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite clips of all time.
Yeah.
But I think he's trying to find a way to be happy while streaming because he lost it. He definitely lost it somewhere in between where Fortnite was dying down and the whole mixer thing happened. Granted, he made his money. I'd rather see him be happy than anything. So who cares about his numbers? He's a rich man. He's chilling. Good for that guy. Go get happy, Ninja. You feel me? You got sneakers. You got a sneaker deal. You got all this other. You got everything you need, bro.
Groundbreaking stuff, right? He kind of he was, and I know this is a bad. Trust me, I know people are gonna attack me for this, but he is the LeBron of streaming, where he's everywhere and everyone knows of him in every country. Like, he's that big. You can name other streamers that are big or even close equivalent to who he is, but he started this stardom. Like, streaming has always been around. But at this height where he's everywhere, you never seen it before.
And he's the reason viewers peaked on Twitch. So like him getting so popular with the whole Drake thing has brought a lot of viewers to Twitch, people that lurk, people that just like to watch other people.
Yeah.
He brought a lot of the numbers in. So yeah, we can not like the guy, but hey, if it wasn't for him, a lot of these other streamers that we know and love, nobody would know who they are.
Absolutely.
Especially like a Nick Merckx. Nick Merckx is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know who he was if he didn't play with Ninja. Or he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't know any of that. So
this is true. This is true. Well, we're gonna end it here, guys. We are gonna be doing a post show, so stick around. We'll be right back in about 5, maybe less than 2 minutes. But I want to thank you all for stopping by. Shout out to everyone here in the chat that stopped by watching us live. Again, if you do not have the time to watch us live, you can catch us on YouTube. We drop a new episode every Monday. So again, if you didn't catch this episode, it'll be on YouTube. Keep Gaming Podcast YouTube channel Monday. And if you don't have time to watch it, you can always listen to us wherever you get your podcasts on Monday. And that's going to be it for us. I'm trying to stay focused. Chris is fucking me up as I'm ending the intro. So again, thank you all for being here. And until next time, keep gaming. Peace.